Brother lads, welcome back to the Cossy podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. I have a problem. You can see on my face, there is no that usual smile that I always bring you when we share the latest Arsenal news. And that is because I have a problem. And the problem is, Arsenal broke this summer? Do we don't have enough money? And if we don't, where did our money go? We've got to talk about this. Pedro Neto has agreed to join Chelsea. Chelsea have agreed a deal to sign Pedro Neto within 1 hour. The deal is done. And also, Liverpool are trying and working to sign Martin Zubimendi. Now, the two players, if you've not been following the Arsenal transfer market, these are two players that Arsenal wanted. 100%, and we were told that Martin Zubimendi doesn't want to leave Spain. The players already agreed to join Liverpool as we speak, and Pedro Neto, a player that Arsenal have wanted, and we were told Arsenal would only go for him if they had sold some players, has gone to Chelsea. So what is going on at Arsenal? Are we broke? Did we enter the market without any kind of money? Are we too scared of FFP? Is FFP and PSR only affecting Arsenal? What the hell is going on? We've got to talk about it. I mean, I love talking about issues. So let's start off with the way we've done our business. Now, I don't have a problem with the way Arsenal have done their business. Proper. It's been proper. We have had a list of targets in different positions, and we have decided that we're not going to go for the very expensive signings. 80 million, 70 million, 100 million. This summer, we're not going to do that. And I respect that. If that is the strategy of the club, that's okay. So we have settled on players between 30 million and around 40 million, 25 to 40 or 25 to 50 million euros. And that is the same exact price that Chelsea are going to pay for Pedro Neto, around 60 million euros, and that is the same price that Liverpool will have to pay for Martin Zubimendi, around 60 million euros. So the big question I can't understand with Arsenal is why can't we get our transfer targets? That is number one. And why does it seem like we don't have any money? Because Emile Smith-Rowe leaving Arsenal, that was a more expensive deal than what we have done. Remember, let's rewind. Arsenal have signed Lucas Nigard for less than $1 million. We have also signed Tommy Setford for less than $1 million. And we have signed Ricardo Calafiori for around £37 million. When you put all that together and you balance it up with how much money Arsenal are getting in terms of selling Nuno Tavares for around 9 million euros and selling Emile Smith-Rowe for 41 million euros, that is 50 million euros. What we have sold, the amount that we have got by selling is the same amount we have spent this summer. So literally that tells you that Arsenal don't have money. Fabrizio has just said that the transfer of Mikel Merino to Arsenal is 100% happening, but the structure of that deal is going to be very crucial because Arsenal are mindful of FFP. Which FFP? We are in a new financial year, honestly. We've got to be honest with this. We are in a new financial year, so we have a clean slate. We have a clean sheet when it comes to FFP and PSR and how much money we can spend. And in that financial year, in this new financial year, 2024-2025, we have already made a massive 100% profit on Emile Smith-Rowe. How come the Arsenal do not have money? In the last 3 years, I think, yes, we've spent a lot of money. We've spent over 600, 700 million. But think about this. Arsenal are back in the Champions League, and Arsenal have been making massive money by competing with Manchester City and, getting into UEFA Champions League. That is number one. But also, secondly, the prize money and the TV money. I don't think that our revenue is going down. Our revenue is going up. So in this summer, why isn't that reflected in the in the way we are chasing our players? Now, mind you, I don't even care if Arsenal sign like a 100 million pound player. I don't care if Arsenal don't sign Osimhen. I don't care if Arsenal don't sign Gyökeres. What I want is to see Arsenal making steps towards closing the gap between us and Man City. And currently, that is not happening. In words, it is happening. In real action, it's not happening. I'm really, really, really disappointed. Not really disappointed, but I'm really envious and jealous of a club like Chelsea that seem immune to FFP and PSR. And I'm telling you, when did Chelsea last win a trophy? When did Chelsea last have a good season? When did Chelsea last act like a proper club on the pitch? But when it comes to the transfer window, they're the model club. They're the club that always make things happen. Pedro Neto to go there, they already have Mikhailo Modric. They already have, Noni Madueke. Cole Palmer is in that club. They already have Sterling there. It's pretty insane, right? It's pretty insane. And for Arsenal to be losing out on targets to other clubs like that, I just don't understand it, right? I really don't understand it. Because with Pedro Neto, it's not about Sane. It's not about, Nico Williams. Nico Williams, we knew his decision a long time ago that he was either going to stay or go to Barcelona. So we could have moved on. On the other player on that list is Sane, who Bayern are keen to keep, and Bayern is keen to stay. Sane is keen to stay at Bayern as well. So we knew that. So how come that Chelsea sign one of the players that we want to bring in to provide cover for Saka effortlessly, without any friction, without any competition, within a few hours? It's pretty much insane. Now, I have already seen Fabrizio saying that Arsenal are careful for FFP. I am not buying that. Last summer, yes, I agree. Maybe Arsenal were careful of FFP because, we had spent a lot of money in one summer, up to 200 million on around 3-4 players. You understand that. So we brought in David Raya on loan, and this summer, right? Yes, we brought in David Raya on a permanent 27 million, and we brought in Ricardo Calafiori for 37 million. Again, when you think about the fact that Arsenal have sold well this summer, and when you think about the fact that Arsenal are making more money than ever before, we are in a much better position than ever before, it still doesn't make any sense. It still doesn't explain why we are having a dull window suddenly. Now, of course, I came out and said Arsenal can be excused from not being too active on the market, but that was way back in July. And the reason as to why I said that was I was not understanding people who were saying sign one player every week. No, we don't have to sign a player every week. But then it doesn't make sense for us to have one signing, which was because Calafiori is the only signing that you can call a signing at Arsenal this summer. So it doesn't make sense for us to have one signing after 10 weeks of the window, or after 6 or 7 weeks of the window. 3 weeks to the end of the Premier League, and we have one signing, and our next signing is under jeopardy because of FFP and PSR. Like, how did we really get here? I don't understand. I really, really don't understand it. So are they trying to convince me, and are they trying to tell us that Arsenal started this summer with zero cash, zero money? Because that is what it looks like. It looks like Emil Smith-Rowe has bought David Raya and Ricardo Calafiori, and the potential sale of Lukonga and the potential sale of Nuno Tavares. That is, those three players going out have facilitated Raya and Calafiori and all these cheap, project goalkeepers coming in. So if we didn't sell, we wouldn't have players. If we didn't sell, we wouldn't buy. Like, I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Like, this summer, Arsenal started with a net, a net figure or a gross figure to spend of zero. Did we start with zero? It's impossible. It is practically impossible, right? And I'm not going to say there is a weakness on Mikel Arteta's side. I'm not going to say there is a weakness on Edu's side, because we have seen what Edu can do. We have seen what Mikel Arteta can do. Unless unless the position is Arsenal are focused more on sales rather than incomings, because that is the only plausible and possible explanation I can sit here and provide to you. The Arsenal focused on outgoings, and we have forgotten how to buy. You wanted a winger, you didn't get one. You have not gotten one yet. You wanted a striker, not yet. Midfielder, not yet. Right? You've brought in a defender only, and we actually had 2 goalkeepers in mind coming into this summer. None of them has arrived. So there is a potential gap of 5 players that the manager has asked for, or the manager expected to arrive. Our players are coming in late. They're not playing preseason. The hell is going on? Like, I thought, and I know that this is the ultimate season. I know that this is the season where Mikel Arteta has no room for excuse. But when you don't give him his players in time, when you don't give him his players that he's asking for, we are going to see around May, June, next year, we're going to start hearing reports and reading reports. Arsenal felt like their preparation was not good as they didn't sign players early. Who is to blame for that? Mikel is directly in communication with Edu on transfers, and whatever happens, he's part. Now, no wonder, by the way, no wonder we have sold very well. No wonder we have sold very well. I never expected Arsenal to sell this well. Like, Eddie is on his way out, 30 million euros. Smith Rowe is out, 40 million euros. Tavares is out, 9 million euros. Lokonga is out, 12 million euros, potentially. Like, we have sold so well. There was always going to be a price to pay, and the price we are paying is we are going to be one of the teams to sign players either last and later in the window, or we don't get our targets. Why can't we do both? How about clubs like Chelsea that are able to do both? Chelsea are very good. Chelsea are very, very good. They're good at, they just wake up in the morning and they're like, we have sold A, B, C, D. And you're like, seriously? Yeah. And then they just wake up in the morning and they're like, we have paid 60 million euros for Keenan Dewsbury-Hall. We have paid 60 million euros. That was 30 million euros. 60 million for Pedro Neto. And they've also brought in Samuel Omorodian. So Enzo Maresca comes in at Chelsea and he says, I want a striker. And that guy Omorodian looks good for my project. And the geezer gets Omorodian. He comes in and says, I've looked at the wingers you have. I would love a guy like Pedro Neto. And he gets Neto. And then he comes also and he says, I want Keenan Dewsbury-Hall. I've worked with him at Leicester City. Give me Keenan Dewsbury-Hall. And he gets Keenan Dewsbury-Hall. Like, Chelsea are the proper club in transfers. Really, they are. And I'm absolutely vexing. I'm absolutely vexed. Because we should have been in front of everyone in this summer, because we have the biggest and toughest agenda next season. Our agenda is no room for error. So Mikel Arteta, before he thought about hiring pickpockets to pickpocket players at dinner, he should have hired pickpockets to pickpocket the brain and the ambition of his ambition and the ambition of Edu. Because we have dropped off, and with Manchester City, that is that's what they want. You either drop off in the window, because why we have been able to chase City in the last 3 years is this: 2 years. Arsenal have been quality in the market. Our business has been quality, absolute quality. Like last summer, Rice, Timber, Raya, that is top notch, that is class. The summer before that, Odegaard, class. Ramsdale, class. White, class. Saliba, I mean, that was before, but his integration, class. Like Jesus, Zinchenko, good. And somehow we've dropped off. We might try to focus on the season, but I tell you, if we don't add that quality that we were supposed to add in the first place, Pep is just going to be saying, I don't know what's going to be saying. Like, his fingers crossed he doesn't win, a title number 6 out of 7. But guys, we are going to give away a massive opportunity to strengthen, to chase City, to win the title, to write a statement. Like, we came in this window wanting a striker. How are we still struggling to sign a 28-year-old midfielder with 1 year left on his deal? That's embarrassing, guys. That's embarrassing. Like, I don't want Arsenal to be convicted of a breach of FFP and PSR, but we've got to step up a little bit somewhere this summer. Can we see a spark? Ricardo Calafiori took 3 weeks. Mikel Merino is taking 12 months to get done. Like, even if it's PSR, it's too slow. How did Zubimendi, how did we go to Sociedad and say, we want Zubimendi, and now we are ending up with Merino, and Zubimendi is going to Liverpool? Like, is that PSR still? Maybe it is. But Mikel Merino taking 12 months to get the deal done, is that PSR still? No, it's not. So I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Really, I don't.